Hassan Whiteside's done. He's got 10 points and the 2 nice steals as well. I tell you what, he's made his mark on this game in so many ways, guys.
And he would have stood out just on the strength of the defense. But how about offensively? He's been clicking there as well.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Hassan Whiteside really making a difference here.
Yeah, how about that first half? He's already scored more points than he averages on the season.
Yeah, he's on pace for a monster game. It's too bad he can't score like this every night.
Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half with. The big men are Bosch and Whiteside. Wade and Dang are the 2 and 3. And it's Green in the point guard position. For so long, there has been this mindset that Golden State wins through offense. But their defense, you know, Gia, you were talking about this, is where the true strength of this team lies.
I think that's what's really allowed them to separate when you look at the rest of the league. I mean, they led the league in opponents' field goal percentage last season. And some nights, the shots weren't falling, but the defense always showed up.
Back to Wade. Fade away. That's short off the rim. Warriors lead by 6. Curry kicks to Barnes. And there's the second dunk to finish it off.
Kevin, I tell you what, when he gets to the rim like that, he's really hard to stop.
Yeah, he can get up a few notches higher. There's no doubt.
And that's how the game is played on the inside. You can play over the top. You've got a great advantage.
Second shot opportunity. Whiteside. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
Curry passes to Bogut. Off the pick.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risks to see if they can cut that lead down.
We're looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Bates comes in for Andrew Bogut. And it's Rush in for Draymond Green. And he gets it to go. 6 points for Luol Deng.
That was a smart pass by Wade that time. I'll tell you, Luol Deng is not exceptional in any one area, but really doesn't have any weaknesses either. I think he's been one of the most complete small forwards over the past decade in the league.
Wade dishes to Green. Bosch a screen on Barnes. And Dang, here we go. Makes it off the glass. And now it's just a 4-point Warrior lead.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Talking about Luol Deng, his consistency year to year has been outstanding. Over 11 seasons, Greg, if you look at his averages across every category, they're remarkably similar.
And here's a guy who can score from anywhere. Great mid-range game, makes plays for his teammates, rebounds at both ends. He is versatile and bankable.
Spades with a screen on Deng. Dishes it to Barbosa. Out to the right wing. 6 to shoot. And Rush gets to Iguodala. No one near Curry as he lets it go. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Curry's got 8 points.
Well, I like the way he orchestrated in tight that time, fellas.
Whiteside, good.
I've really appreciated their activity in the post today. I mean, their movement down low has been great.
Oh, that's right on the money. They've generated a lot of easy opportunities on the inside.
Double teamed on Wade. Feeds it to Dang. Kicks it to Whiteside. On the wing, Green. And that misses. That would have put him up.
And what a first year it was for Steve Kerr and the Warriors. It was the best debut as a new coach ever. 67 wins. He also established a franchise win total in his first year.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. He's checked in for Rush. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. And Miami calls their first time out of the game. And our old partner Steve Kerr also got a chance to coach the West All-Stars. And Greg, his record-setting debut season with the Golden State Warriors. Clark, he really hit a lot of big milestones early.
Well, none of us are surprised at his success.
No.
I mean, Steve will be the first to tell you it was because he was surrounded by excellent assistants. I mean, that's one of the underrated aspects of being a good coach is you've got to have a good staff, and Steve has that.
Excellent point. Livingston passes to Green. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
With one.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Wade dishes to Green. The pass to Whiteside.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
The drive by Green. And it's sent back by Bosch. He lobs it up. And Green slams it in.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open.
Out to Thompson. Here's Barnes. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Warriors ahead, up 2. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter. And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this one. Miami trailing. Thompson and Iguodala on the perimeter. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. And it's Clark in at the point guard. That's the Warriors' 5.
That's his second personal.
And what a tough position Luol Deng found himself in last year in a small forward swap of sorts. LeBron James goes from Miami to Cleveland. Deng goes from Cleveland to Miami. He had his choice. There was Atlanta that was in the mix there too. But he goes to the Miami Heat. He's bounced around a little bit. But still a very big talent.
He is. You know, he kind of likes following legends. Remember, Scottie Pippen was that great small forward in Chicago, and Luol Deng was the next heir apparent. So he seemed to be pretty comfortable stepping into LeBron's role. Unfortunately, not able to deliver at the same level. And let's face it, the problem is you can't make up for losing the best player in the game, and that's the case here in Miami for Luol.
Warriors shooting in this game 45%. And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That will be foul number 5 on him. And the Warriors with some changes. Andrew Bogut checked in for Azir. Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala. And Curry subbed in for Ian Clark.
Those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
And he gets the bucket.
And he answers right back with a 3 of his own.
Watch out now, Suki. We got a duel shaping up right here. This could be mano-mano for a little while.
Misses off the right iron.
But that would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
nobody near Barnes. Off target with his three. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Wade kicks to Bosch. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession.
Warriors ball.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
Curry against Wade. Outside Curry. Outside Green. Just 5 to shoot. Barnes kicks to Green. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Curry against Green. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented, for plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
I tell you what, though, great dunk, and this is even a better game we got going on right now. And guys, Gerald Green looked to be out of the NBA at one point in his career, but since coming back from Russia, he's completely reinvented himself as a player.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Steve Kerr was going over with his team. He told his guys, hey, we haven't been playing that well, and yet we're still in this thing. If we straighten up, put together a few buckets, we can seize control of this basketball game. Can they execute now, Kevin?
Always great to hear from you, Doris. For Miami, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And for Gerald Green, and him reinventing himself, really was just known as a dunker before heading overseas.
You know, Kevin, he came back with a better shot and a better understanding of how to win as a player. Strange to think that there was a time that he couldn't find a way onto an NBA roster.
That's going to be over and back, not watching for the line that time.
You never want to point the finger at one person in a team game as to why a team is struggling, but his 5 turnovers have slowed down what the offense has tried to do. Now, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
Thompson, left side. Will it go? And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out. They get that one, but guys, on the night, that's been the problem, securing the ball.
They've been out-hustled. At this point, hard to see them recovering from that.
His second person.
Again, the miss by Thompson. The Heat have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top. He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's fallen here since. You know, the alley-oop is a great play when it works, but boy, when it doesn't.
Yeah, it can make you look silly. It embarrasses you. And we had a little silliness right there for sure.
Here's Curry with the 3.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that one. And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up Clark that beautiful alley-oop dunk.
Yeah, that was nice.
No doubt. There are assists, and then, guys, there are assists.
20 feet out. And it's sent back by Bosch. And so the ball out of bounds. Bosch touched it last. .102 left to play in the final quarter. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here.